Joining us now on the program is Tyrone Docherty. He's the CEO of Deerhorn Capital Incorporated, listed in Canada, DHC, here in the US, GODYF. Ty, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me, Don. Appreciate it.
You guys put out a press release this week. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, we just want to let our investors know that we finished our prospecting program up in northern British Columbia, looking for precious metals. Obviously, the gold and silver market are looking real good. And this was to supplement our regular high-grade gold-silver property, which we've talked about getting a permit for the bulk tonnage sample. So this is an adjunct to that. And we don't want to tell people the location where it is because we don't want to get any competition up there, but it's real close to the world's hottest area right now called the Golden Triangle in northern BC. And we're working with our Indigenous partners who have looked at the areas for hundreds of years through their fishing and hunting. And it was off the beaten path, and now the beaten path is actually becoming quite commercial area, so it's easy to get up there. So we're very excited about that because that was the focus of our company at the beginning is mining. We haven't forgot about that. We got a tremendous property in Deerhorn, and with the opportunities that are opening up to us with our Indigenous partners, there's this property and there's many others that we're looking at. The area we're looking at is probably somewhere around 90,000 square miles that they're going to introduce us to one project at a time. So we'll be more of a project salesman, if you will, to the big companies if we hit something good and just derive some income from that, whether it's royalties, share options, whatever the case is. So it's very, very good. So I just want to let the shareholders know that we haven't forgot our roots, that we're precious metals, and we think we're sitting on a real good opportunity here with the First Nations.
Now, speaking of the company overall, you talked a couple of weeks ago about something having to do with COVID-19. Any progress there?
Well, as a matter of fact, great progress. Yeah, our partners down in Houston, Texas, Tokemis Biotech, on Tuesday of this week, received the go-ahead from the FDA to start being able to sell some of the products that they have into the United States. And on the same day, ironically enough, the communications from Health Canada, which controls all the Canadian medical situation, they are getting into the final discussions and papers that they need being supplied by the people in South Korea. One of the questions from Health Canada was, have you got approval from other countries around the world, and have you had any sales? And fortunately, it's such a good company that they've had 8 countries around the world that have approved them, and in the last 2 months, they've had sales of 2.5 million units, and no complaints because they're really well made. And the interesting thing, Don, for the people that are following the COVID, as I think most people are, the FDA put out a separate news article on Tuesday talking about all of the companies that they had given sort of preemptive approval to just to sort of deal with the pandemic. Like, if a company says that they can do X, Y, and Z, and the FDA was giving them, okay, we believe who you are, go out and start doing the stuff. There's about 136 of them. And on Tuesday, the FDA rescinded 70 of those companies because they didn't do what they said or was faulty, and they all came from China. So it's a case of, South Korea is well known for the quality of their stuff. And even though that's not our main baggage, we're into mining, it was an opportunity to introduce this to Canada to help our Indigenous partners and the various provincial governments in Canada. So once we get the approval of Health Canada, which hopefully in a week or so, then we should be able to make the introductions and the product should sell itself, and Deerhorn will get a nice little introduction fee, which is at the very least should take care of our G&A and all the stuff, and probably a lot more than that. So it's a unique situation, but we built a great base here.
Deerhorn Capital Incorporated, DHC in Canada, GODYF here in the United States. Tyrone, great update. Thanks so much for joining us.
Appreciate it, Don. Look forward to the next one. Thank you very much, and hopefully the audience appreciates it too.
Joining